Okay, it's Sunday morning, and we're at Bajafest. This is the final day. I'm here with John Schultz from HPI Racing. John, how are you today?
I'm a little tired, but I'm doing great. It's awesome. It's been a great weekend.
Now, this is a bit of a milestone. You're my first repeat guest on the show.
Oh, very cool.
So that is a bit of a milestone. This has been a pretty exciting weekend. There's been a lot of stuff going on. We've seen Losey's new car that's been released. We've seen this mysterious HPI truck driving around the track. Can you tell me anything about it?
Yes. It's four-wheel drive. It's electric. It's fifth scale. It's about what I can tell you right now.
So it's still in the development stage?
Yes, we are developing it right now.
Fantastic. Okay. Now, one of the things that we're seeing this weekend is a lot of new racers that are coming out.
Yes, we are.
New guys that have never been to the track before or have never raced before coming out and throwing their hat in the ring. You get someone that buys a new Baja, takes it out of the box, fires it up, runs it around their local parking lot, and they decide they want to go to the track.
Right.
What are some basic setup tips that you can give me or that you can give them to help them, making them a little more successful at the track as far as setting up their car goes when they head over?
Really, the truck out of the box works really well. A lot of people don't believe me, but I'm actually running a stock motor. My motor is the motor I pulled out of a kit. It's a 26cc. Do you want to keep going with this, or you want to?
No, keep going. No, we're good.
Okay.
It should be all right.
Basically, I pulled it's a 26cc motor that I pull out of the box. There's nothing special done to it. Unlike my oval car, that motor's been highly modified and tuned because you need the power of the oval. But when you pull a truck out of the box, basically just kind of go over it, go through the manual, learn your truck. That's the best thing. If you're planning on racing and really getting into this, I strongly recommend buying a kit. The simple reason, the kit will help you learn your vehicle. When you buy an RTR, yes, you pull it out of the box, put gas in it, you go play, it's great. But when you have issues, you're really not sure what you're looking for. I like the people that out here, I really push them towards the kit. Also, go through the truck, tighten wheels and tires up. First thing I do when I run a truck, I'll pull a truck out of the box. If I'm doing a race or a show, I change the rear shock oil from 5 weight, which is stock, to the 10 weight in the rear. The front is fine. Other than that, that's about all I do. I charge batteries and I race. The trucks have come a long way from 6 years ago when we first came out with them. The parts are getting stronger, the tires are getting better, and the drivers are getting faster. So it's a lot of fun. This is my race truck. I do have some trick stuff done to it. I do run the stock tires out of the box, the blues in the back. I'm actually running the whites in the front. I groove them a little bit for forward traction and side bite, which is a pair of scissors. I do run the TV chase cage just because it gives a little more support, around the truck, and it looks very cool. And I do run a pipe. I fill the pipe on high, fast horsepower tracks. Helps on the top end, especially like on an oval. But when you're most tracks, a lot of guys that run the stock pipe, the stock exhaust can right out of the box, and they do real well.
Now, for someone that's heading out to the track, and they want to start doing upgrades, because these things scream upgrade. There's companies here that have their whole life surrounds one car. What would be, there's upgrades that are definitely for show, and there's upgrades that are worthy that will actually assist performance.
Right.
For someone that's looking to do a basic upgrade, to look for something that's performance-based, what would you recommend they start with?
I strongly recommend when you, when you get the truck, don't go out and buy a bunch of stuff right away. Run the truck first. See what you bring, The one thing I do recommend purchasing is a aluminum clutch carrier. Either it be one of ours or an aftermarket company. There's plenty out there to choose from. The clutch puts out a lot of heat, and the plastic clutch carrier does melt. It is plastic. So you can get a really good quality aluminum clutch carrier. You can get ones with bigger bearings, smaller bearings, that kind of stuff. and that's really all you really need to do right away. If you do want to do you know, some upgrades, which I really like, is I run the Dark Soul shafts, shock shafts with aluminum ball in, because they're stronger. You know, when you're bashing, and I do a lot of shows, I do a lot of events, so I'm jumping, 40-foot gaps, and it's stronger. I run the fast steady shock tops because they're easy to bleed. You know, it's a real, they're metal, they're strong, and it makes my job easier to rebuild my shocks. Okay. If you do go to the track, I strongly recommend a brightly colored zip tie on the spark plug. People were laughing at me when we first started doing races.
It's a genius idea because you can just pull that off.
Right.
And it's like a kill switch.
It's a kill switch. And at the East Coast Nationals, we actually saved 3 cars. One guy started his car up, turned his radio on without his car. It went off the table. Before it hit the ground, he grabbed it by the pull, and it killed the car right there.
And it's just a pile on the floor.
And we had 2 runaways on the track. One guy grabbed one, another guy chased the other one down, hit the wall, went upside down. Before it could get back on its wheels, he pulled it and killed it.
Fantastic.
Saved the motor, and it saves injury.
Right.
Other than that, my truck's pretty much stock. After you run that, after the first tank, retighten your spark plug, recheck stuff. A good thing to do is also check your pinion bolt. Your pinion bolt.
Yeah, that's a problem I have a lot of times. The pinion's always coming apart and blowing out the spur gear.
I'll give you a team secret. What I'll do is I'll take a bolt. When I take it apart, I run the bolt in from the back side.
Yep, that's what I did. I ended up doing last time because it was such a problem for me.
I red Loctite it from the back side, and instead of putting one nut on it, I double nut it.
Yeah.
And since I've done that, I haven't had not one issue of a pinion coming off.
Well, John, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Have a good weekend or a good day, and I hope you have some good luck today, and we'll get back at the racing.
Right on.
Have a good